name's Devin Hickman from Mount Carmel High School, and I'm here to recap my 4 years here at Mount Carmel High School. Starting freshman year, I didn't really know what I was coming into. I came here recruited for football, made my friends during the football season, so as soon as I walked into freshman year, I didn't really have trouble making new friends. I remember freshman year having Mr. Baguki. That was a nightmare every day. I didn't like going to his class, but I learned Spanish, and that's what I'm thankful for him. So I'd like to thank Mr. Baguki. I remember one of the hardest days was in Miss Millsap's class. We had a project. We had to write a review on a book. I had Jurassic Park, and I winged it. I winged it. I looked up Spark Notes, and I just made it out in my own words, and then we had to turn it in on turnitin.com, so, but I still got a B on that, so I mean, I guess I did pretty good on it. But then at the end of freshman year, it was pretty easy. The finals were easy. I ended up getting A's and B's to end the year out. And then sophomore year coming in, that was I can say my most academically hardest working year. I went home every day, did my homework, then went to sleep every single day. I wish to get homework. I mean, homework was just easy points for me sophomore year. I studied for tests and quizzes. I just did everything I could to get in that honors banquet, and at the end of the year it paid off because I did. But to be honest, when I went to the honors banquet, I just thought, dang, I already did it. I don't know if I'm going to want to do it next year because it took all that hard work just to get there. And then come junior year, I can say it was not a very good year, but then I could say it was not a very bad year. Junior year, played football again. Didn't start, but I was the backup due to being a junior and having 5 seniors ahead of me. I remember every day practice was hard. Even as a backup, practice was hard. We did the same plays as the starters. We may have not got as much time as they did during the plays or in practice, but it was hard just adjusting from sophomore and freshman football to varsity. Just the hits, everything was harder, everyone was stronger. And then came into my junior year classes. I remember having Mr. Flaherty. Mr. Flaherty was one of my hardest teachers. Every day was a quiz in his class. And Miss Whitaker, math wasn't hard. She was one of the nicest teachers I've ever met here at Mount Carmel. I'd like to thank Miss Whitaker. She helped me understand math a little bit more. And then I had Mr. Mota. Mr. Mota was a good Spanish teacher. It's kind of hard, which made me not want to do it anymore, because if I would have had another year, it would have been with him, but he's a cool Spanish teacher. Mr. Taylor is one of the coolest English teachers I've had. Those extra points you get for just reading, oh, those came so in handy during during finals. Came so in handy. And then one of the highlights of my whole 4 years at Mount Carmel, one of the main highlights, winning the state championship, the 7A state championship, going 13-1 and beating Lake Zurich 30-0. And it felt so good to get that ring that one day right after workouts. We were so tired, but we were just pumped to get those rings. And oh, did they look nice. Those rings look so nice. At the end of that, we did walkathon. Walkathon was pretty fun. I came in last. I don't like that. Was too far. It was way too far to be walking. And then at the end, then we went to senior year, played football. We did good. We had a rough season. We had a rough regular season, but as soon as we were getting into the playoffs, we kicked it off. We made it all the way to the semifinals, but unfortunately, we lost to Providence. That year, we lost to Providence twice, and there's not much that we could have done. We didn't have the height to guard any of the receivers. So, but other than that, Senior year, academically, one of the hardest years of my life. I can admit that it's one of the hardest years of my life. Just to maintain grades senior year. My teachers were Mr. Blue, Coach Blue, Mrs. McKay, Mr. Glonick, Mr. Neeson, Brother Dave, and Mr. Nelson. They're great teachers, and they're hard workers. They give us a lot of hard work to do, and they push us to our limits every day. I could say it's pretty hard to maintain grades this year due to the fact that your senior year is the most stressful year, and they have other priorities to do other than homework and study for tests. You got to apply to colleges. You got to try and get scholarships. I mean, it's one of the hardest years, in my opinion, of my 4 years here at Mount Carmel. Right now, I'm hoping to at least maintain a 3.0 and leave high school out with it. I'm hoping to miss a few finals this trimester with high grades. I just want to graduate on the right track and just start a new life in college. I can honestly say that I've learned a lot of life lessons here at Mount Carmel these past 4 years, more than I have in my 8 years in grade school. It's true that if you come to Carmel as a boy, if you care to struggle at it and work hard, you'll leave as a man. That's one of the truest sayings. Thank you.